Set amidst lush greenery with sandy beaches, it's hard to imagine that the artificial lake of Senftenberg was once an open-pit mine.
Before, there was coal that we all benefited from, and now this magnificent landscape.
A true little natural paradise, ideal for water sports.
Since the gradual flooding of the first mines in the 1980s, campers have been coming in ever greater numbers to vacation villages. After coal, which was long the economic engine of Lusatia, tourism is finding its place in the sun.
In the last 10 years, tourism has increased by 20 to 30%, depending on the resort locations. With each new created lake, the number of visitors increases.
So far, over 20 lakes have appeared in the region. Eventually, they'll form the largest artificial lake landscape in Europe. Not far from Cottbus, the operator of the Jenschwalde power plant is filling one of its largest open-pit mines with water.
This part of the lake will be dedicated to water sports, and there will also be a marina here.
126 million cubic meters of water are needed to fill this gigantic pit. A challenge, especially as drought is slowing down the work.
Everything will, of course, depend on the water we will have available in the future to fill the lake. But if our calculations prove correct, the flooding will be complete by the end of the decade.
But not everyone in the region is so confident. As summers get drier and drier, it may prove a challenge to fill these mines, some of which are still being used. For this environmentalist, lake landscapes are a nice idea, but a reality check is needed.
Artificial lakes are necessary, of course, but they don't really need to be so large. In all the surrounding villages, the municipal fountains no longer work. We have experienced years of consecutive drought. So yes, it's a beautiful idea on paper, but it's not a good vision for our region.
According to the Federal Environment Agency, an additional 6 billion cubic meters of water will be needed in the coming decades to complete a postcard-perfect scenery in Lusatia.